Hi IST Superstars, it's Mrs. Bedwell here, and in this flash tutorial I'm going to show you how to use the shape tweening function. So before we begin, make sure that you've got Flash open in a new doc, ActionScript 3.0, and we just want to save our document. So File, Save, we're going to call this shape tween. I'm going to put it with the rest of my tutorials in my Google Drive. So under shape tweening, I'm just going to call this shape tween. And it's a Flash document.fla, the working document, one that you can modify and change. So there's a couple of different ways you can do shape tweening depending on what objects you want to use. The main thing you need to remember with a shape tween though, it does not apply to symbols. Okay, so at the moment frame 1 has nothing in it. You can simply shape tween shapes. Okay, so at frame 1 I've got what looks like a rectangle, and then at frame 30 I right click, insert blank keyframe, and what I want is to turn that rectangle into an oval that's going to appear over this side of screen. You can even change that color. Okay, so for my rectangle to morph, to morph into the green oval, so morphing means that the software turns one object into another. It makes the frames in between that for you for that to happen. That's why it's a tween. So if you click anywhere in between frame 1 and 30, right click, insert or create shape tween. You'll start to notice now that your object in 1 starts to change and morph into the oval. So Control Enter and it's morphed straight over. The color even changes as well. So it's something to look out for depending on what you want to do for your animation. Okay, so what if I wanted to morph it into some sort of text? So I want to keep my rectangle at 1, and at 30 this time I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to use my brush tool and change the color to something rainbow, change the head, make that a little bit thicker, and I'm going to have my initials appear over in this corner. Okay, automatically does it. Again, Control Enter. Perfect. Okay, but what if I don't like the text that I've drawn? Okay, because I've used the brush, it's not very straight. So delete what's on frame 30. And what if I wanted text? So I want this text to appear at frame 30. You'll notice that, okay, my perfect arrow in the bottom left-hand corner in the timeline has now turned to dotted lines, which means that it's not working. So when you see that, the tween is not working. So the way you shape tween text is you need to click on it, and you need to, because it's appearing as a symbol, you need to turn it into separate objects. So right click, break apart once, it breaks it into 5 separate objects, and then right click again, break apart again. So now the shape tween will work. Again, it morphs the color as well. So all the different components of the objects, the 2 objects. Perfect. So that's shape tweening. Very, very easy. Make sure you've had a go at all 3 of those